Doing a short introduction to Sihr, or the practice of witchcraft and magic and sorcery in the Islamic tradition. And first we start off with Luha, the language of the Arwaah and spirits. And it's a language that comes from Hebrew, Kabbalistic, Ugaritic, Phoenician, Arabic, Hittite, Turkish, Sumerian, Persian, Akkadian, Chaldean and Assyrian. And it comes from, primarily taken from the Rihaniyat and Anak, that comes from the Anunnaki. And materials for summoning: you create a burqa, a circle on the floor. Sometimes you put white linen on the floor, where you have your tools, ingredients and everything. And at least I would need a Sahirin alphabet chart and other terms, so I carry them, since you have different languages that you command different spirits with. And a white candle, one for each ritual, so you don't ever reuse a candle. A glass of water, 3/4 filled, salt, and white linen. Some spirits prefer white linen, especially the more noble ones, and others like a sand floor, earth floor, or in a cave. So depends on what kind of work you do. And pen, or if you can find a safaran, and I think it's a word for quill. And then you of course write your talabat, requests and commands. And you need a lot of white papers, a stack, especially when you are writing in the different languages. And nail or needle to engrave, to use in engraving or piercing through the candle. That is also done. And incense, I put the most common ones: gum mastic, benzoin, frankincense, etc. Since especially Afarit and Djinns are seen in the smoke. And then of course some practitioners of different kinds they have photos here, belongings, etc. for their workings. And then we come to there are different kinds of spirits here. The entities of Arwaah, the two groups. Group number 1 is the Mu'asaben, and those are the ones who live in the realm of Marahmata, suffering. And Sahirin, the practitioners of witchcraft and sorcery, sees them as non-dead. I think it's like in some African traditions there, the non-dead. And don't confuse them with the Nufush, also called Nafs or Nafshia. There are many languages here at once. Or the soul of the dead, that is Nefesh in Hebrew. And then we have the Hadevat and Arwaah. And these are the spirits that live on earth and the astral and higher realms. And sometimes called presences. And here we have the groups. You have Israelim, Gafarin, Djinn, Afarit, single Afrit. King Solomon often worked with single Afrits in the Islamic tradition and translations. Ashba, in singular Shaba, Apkallu, Gallas, angels, demons, Golim, and then we have one more, Helama Gulim. And the Arwaah is a plural of Rauh or Ruh, spirit, soul, and in Hebrew it has the root word Ruach. And I took, just since it's like the Picatrix that you have these specific hours and days, so I take the best days for apprentices and beginners. A practitioner is called a Taaleb. And to make a Talabat request is on Monday between 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. And the noble spirits to call on Monday is Al-Hanun, Burkan al-Yahur and Melech. And on Saturday, the good hours are between 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. And the noble spirits to call is Gibrail, Gurban and Alat. And then we have the friendly Arwaah and spirits. We have Mustafa Bin, which means those who respond, and Al-Muhibin, the affectionate ones. And they can be playful, tricky, but they can turn on you and hurt you. They have their own reasons for not responding to Talabat or a request. Be respectful, you don't ever have full authority. And a happy Arwaah can be a friend for life, some have told me. And then we have the groups of the hostile and dangerous Arwaah and spirits, called Shiriren, and there are 4 categories. Kabihin comes from the word kabeh, bad deeds, actions, thoughts, equals to bad spirits. Shaharin comes from the word shar, evil, or from the devil, going to evil spirits. Atilin means devious spirits summoned up by black magic to hurt others. Fasidin means rotten spirits summoned to ruin, kill and bring illness and death. And these are some of the groups, the main groups. And then we have, I put in a classical short prayer. And a prayer can be found in Ba Rara Katva Duat. That's the word, short prayer. And I wrote down someone that are used quite often by people surrounding me, like my neighbors and so on. And it's a daily thing they say every morning. Ayatuha al Arwaah Nabila Ichmeme. Ayatuha al Arwaah Nabila Ichme Aiate. Ayatuha al Arwaah Nabila Ichme Yame E. And it means, O noble spirits, protect me, O noble spirits, protect my family, O noble spirits, protect my days. And this was just a short introduction to the different breeds of spirits, and I have complete dictionaries of the Arabic spirits and so on, and I can, if you know, since there are so many languages, if you know the different spellings for a name, write down them all if you want to ask a question. So otherwise it can be hard for me to find them even in the dictionary. And so if you are interested in that and are going to practice, and many are practicing it already, so this was just the base. And I will also link in 2 videos I find are very good. And is one about Ahmad al-Buni and his Shams al-Ma'arit. And then we have a video of Sheikh Hassan Ali. And I mentioned this Dr. Yasir Kadhi. He is very popular in Europe since he had a lot of seminars about these things. And why I chose these 2 are since they are not, they don't shift the language. Often they switch to speaking Arabic and very fast. And You might know the name like Suleiman is Solomon, but they go Suleiman Moshe, but they speed up so fast, so it's hard to follow an 8-hour seminar or a 3-hour seminar when you get lost on the names. So this is an introduction, and I hope you pay attention to which groups of spirits you never should start with, at least. And so on. So have a magical day, and bye for now.